Welcome to my channel where we talk about movies and movie history. My name is Nick Leland, and today we're going to talk about the 1981 movie Friday the 13th Part 2. This movie takes place about 5 years after the events of the first movie and focuses on a new group of counselors who are sitting up near Crystal Lake who are being hunted one by one by Jason Voorhees. And yes, this is what he looks like before he adopted the hockey mask. Right off the bat, one of the biggest things I think this movie improves on from the first one is its pacing, because despite the fact that the first and second movie are about the same length, about an hour and a half for both of them. The first one I thought had a few scenes that either could have been cut or shortened down to the point where we could have cut out, I think, 5 to 10 minutes from it. So I think this movie did at least a slightly better job of keeping the audience more engaged and of having a much better flowing story. Now, the second thing about this movie that I want to talk about is how it introduces Jason Voorhees into the Friday the 13th franchise as a terrifying yet sympathetic villain. Because when the counselors are all around a campfire talking about him, they point out how he saw his mom get decapitated, and aside from her, he never had a really deep relationship with anyone and has lived in the woods pretty much his entire adult life and sees anyone who he comes across as an immediate threat and will not hesitate to kill him. And especially with the kills that he performs in this movie, it shows that he knows what to do. Now, speaking of kills, this is where we're going to start getting into spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, be sure to check it out. I think it's great, and it's especially a great one for people who want to get into horror movies. Just like the first film, this movie nails it with the kills and makes it one of the best parts of the franchise, especially in terms of the practical effects that they managed to pull off with a lot of them. I would say out of all the kills in the film, my favorite was the wheelchair guy Mark, when he's trying to find his girlfriend and he gets a machete to his face. The prosthetic that they use for it and the way that he rolls back down all the stairs immediately after, I think was just a really well done effect. And I also liked how, just like in the first film, they used the music to indicate when Jason is either nearby or when a kill is about to happen. The last thing about this film I want to talk about is its acting. Now, there's not really much to say for it, aside from the fact that everyone does a good job for their roles, and they all have great chemistry with each other. And I would say my favorite performance in the movie is Amy Still as Jenny, who is actually one of the people who brings up the idea of Jason being a child in a grown man's body thanks to her background in child psychology. One of my favorite scenes in the movie with her is near the end, where she is being cornered by Jason, so she pretends to be his mom, and it buys her enough time in order for her boyfriend to come out and help her. And that's all I have to say for Friday the 13th Part 2. It's a solid film, it's a great sequel to the first one, and just like the first one, it's a great introduction for people who want to get into horror movies but don't know where to start. Now, before I go, I want to thank you for watching the video, and if you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for future movie review and movie history content, and be sure to let me know in the comments what your favorite Friday the 13th movie is. And until next time, my name is Nick Leland. Thank you for watching the video, and have a great day.